Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new standards of excellence.
Yes.
Say yes to engaging reportage with a difference.
Yes.
Introducing Yes International Magazine. The time to say yes to your dreams and aspirations is here.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of our Instagram Live session. My name, like I always say, has not changed. My name remains Azuh, Arinze, and my guest this evening is the ever delectable Mrs. Funke Egbemode, the Osun State Commissioner for Information. Now, I was trying to do a short profile of her, but at the end of the day, I ended up getting what I wrote about her in one of my books, the CEO's Bible. So I'm going to read the intro from there. Now it goes this way. It says, in Nigeria right now, you can actually count the number of successful and accomplished female journalists on your fingertips. But guess what? Mrs. Funke Egbemode is one of them. Educated at Baptist Practicing Primary School Iwo, Baptist Girls High School Osogbo, Obafemi Awolowo University Ife, where she read English, and the Nigerian Institute of Journalism Lagos, where she read journalism. This was in 1999. Where she read journalism. She went into journalism in 1989 with the defunct Prime People, a popular soft cell journal. From there, she moved to the Punch, then the Post Express, This Day, Saturday Independent, The Sun, and the New Telegraph, where she was the editor-in-chief, managing director, before her appointment as a commissioner in Osun State. By the way, Mrs. Egbemode had at some point worked as the media aide to the then NTDC boss, Mrs. Omotoyo Omotosho, and also the former Speaker, Federal House of Representatives, Mrs. Patricia Ayete. She's a mother of four. She was married to Mr. Nicholas Adodetu Egbemode, who unfortunately death took away from her. But even at that, she has continued to trudge on. I could go on and on talking about this amazing and woman of caliber as far as journalism is concerned. But permit me to pause it there so that we can delve straight to our interview. So, my honorable commissioner, my president, a former president of the Nigerian Guild of Editors. So, how did I forget that one? My president, please forgive me. So nice to have you join us. Good evening and welcome once again.
Good evening. Good evening, my very hardworking publisher, author, inspiring journalist.
Thank you.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Now I'll go straight to the point. But before I do that, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is the Yes NG TV, THEYESNG TV. I hate to blow our trumpet, but I think we conduct the best interviews you can think of. But that's an aside. Let me go straight to the reason we are here. So my honorable commissioner, my president, like I still call you, what are the major lessons that journalism has taught you?
Thank you very much. There are so many lessons. And the first one that I learned in 1989 is that the hours are long. The ladder can be short, the ladder can be long. Depends on how far you want to go and how blessed you are on your journey. But the first lesson that I learned in Prime People was that the hours on this job are long, and that you need passion. You need to be passionate about what you're doing to be able to stay on. It is also a very interesting, very, very interesting way to build a career, to earn a living. But the road is rough. And the road remains rough, whether you're a reporter or you're a publisher. The road remains rough. So you need to be tough. Journalism teaches you long suffering, teaches you endurance, because the journey is just like that NYSC endurance trek. You just need to be armed with your bottle of water and be ready to pass through all kinds of rough paths to get to your destination. For a woman, one thing that journalism insists, one lesson it insists you must learn, is how to juggle 10 balls and ensuring that none falls. Because you have a boss at home, you have a boss in the office. In fact, at home you have many bosses. Your children want attention, your husband wants attention, family expects you to be at family gathering, and your editor is not interested in all of that. Journalism wants you to be devoted to him. It is a very jealous partner. Journalism, the newsroom, is a very jealous lover. Wants to keep you all to himself. So you have to learn to juggle all your balls. Be a wife, be a mother, be a friend, be a sister. It teaches you that you can put so many things in focus. You can work on so many things and still get all your results. Journalism teaches you patience. It has taught me patience. It teaches you patience. Sometimes you are working on a story and everything goes smoothly. Sometimes it doesn't go smoothly. Sometimes it doesn't go anywhere. It can be very, very frustrating. Yeah. Sometimes you promise your editor that you're going to deliver on an interview. And then one day, the person that you have promised, who has also given you his word, tells you that he has to get out of, is going to America. And you have a story, you have 2 pages to fill, maybe 3 pages of an interview you have been chasing for 3 months. But then you have to find a way, instead of just blowing a fuse, instead of bursting into tears. But of course, there are tearful days. There are days you just want to cry and find somewhere to cry. I'll give you an example of a day that I was inconsolable. I was a leader. I was an editor. And my tears must not be seen because I was supposed to be leading a team. But I went into a quiet corner of the library and had a good cry. Because I was the founding editor of the Saturday Independent. And at that point in time, we had to go and do some printing outside of the independent newspapers premises. And then between INL office in Acme, Wemco Road to be precise, and where they went to print, something went wrong and they couldn't find, some photos were missing, some stories had fallen off. And we had announced that we were going to be on the street the following day, just hours away. And they called me from the pre-press that page 16 was missing, page 18 had no photographs. And what was I supposed to do? It was midnight. Those who had closed. Those who were the pre-press were there. And it just got too much because I'd been at work for more than 24 hours non-stop. I slept in the office. That was my second night in the office. And it was looking like I was going to have to abort the edition. So I had a good cry and then returned to the grind. And somehow we got on the streets right on time. So it teaches you patience, it teaches you long suffering, it teaches you that no matter how well you prepare for certain events, things don't just work the way you plan it. It's been a great journey. I've had to climb the ladder, I've fallen, I've risen, and all of that. And it's made me a very strong person.
Interesting. Now, have you got any regrets, embracing journalism?
Well, I won't say that I've had regrets or that my path had been strewn with what I call regret. There were challenges, there were obstacles, but I will say that it's tough to be a proper woman, to be a proper mother, to be a proper wife when you are a proper journalist. So those are the kind of balls that you juggle. And so looking back, I miss not attending as many PTAs as I would have wanted. I miss not being at all my children's events. I miss not being able to do the school runs as often as I wanted to. I missed not being there as much as I would have wanted for my children. I just look back and feel like, maybe I should have done this a little bit more, a little bit better. But even if I say so myself, I gave it my best shot.
I like that. Chief Agbabiaka, thank you so much for joining us. Now, to have a taste of success as a journalist, what must one do?
You must focus on the top. You must focus on the job. You must never take your eyes off the ladder, and you must know that the ladder is not as strong as it looks. So you need to focus your energy, focus all your senses must be on that ladder that you are climbing. And once you're determined that you're going all the way to the top and you hold the two sides of the ladder, you'll get there. So you cannot afford distractions. You cannot take your eyes off the top. If you take your eyes off the top and stop focusing on your passion and you start focusing on the money, then you will likely not get all the way there. If you look at the people that we in the guild called ancestors, our living ancestors, our living ancestors like Aremo Shegun Oshoba, like Dr. Tony Radia, like Uncle Sam, and all the people that inspire you in the industry, you will see that their focus first was on the job, was on the ladder, was on the top. That is what you must do to get to the top. You must not shift you cannot afford to be like Peter. If you take your eyes off the Lord Jesus, you're going to start sinking. If the money comes first for you before where you're going, and it can be very discouraging. We are not well paid. We don't have all those perks of office like they have in banking or in oil and gas. So the temptation to take your eyes off the ball is always there. But once you follow your passion, once you do what you need to do and you are patient, the money is always waiting somewhere. But you need to focus on the job first.
Interesting.